I'm working on it. It's not letting me.
Good.
Are you chairing?
Oh, yes, I can. I can
Chair
open
the
this meeting.
committee.
I'll open this committee of the Oyster Point Marina, standing committee. And I have Virginia Chang with me and our general manager, Jim Pruett, and myself, Bill Zemke. So do you have an agenda for this, Jim, or just want to?
This is our first meeting.
This is our first meeting. In,
So we're setting parameters, I guess. I don't
yeah,
know
I
what
think
we're
that's
doing.
what we want. No, Jim's.
It's online.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I
sorry.
apologize for not setting.
No, no worries. I
So
just.
the first thing on the agenda is, we already introduced ourselves. We're gonna review the agenda, which is, we're gonna discuss, review and discuss the chair, who's gonna be the chair. We're gonna define our purpose and reason we exist, or the committee exists, define the goals and objectives for the year, and then decide on date and times of future committee meetings.
Mhm.
And then we'll adjourn. So today's really about talking about setting up our goals and objectives for the year for this committee, what's required by the MOU, not necessarily discussing the issues in depth or making any decisions. So that's the reason I recommended that the committee come together. And the first thing is, who is going to chair of the committee?
I nominate Bill Zemke.
It's between two of you. You can volunteer or
Do it.
I need one
I'm
chair.
gonna chair. I think I'm chairing two other committees. Yeah,
I can continue that.
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm waiting for my notes to come back up. So why does the San Mateo County Harbor District have a standing committee for Oyster Point? One is because we have a 2018 agreement with South San Francisco in the management of Oyster Point Marina that San Mateo County Harbor District will have a standing committee of 2 commissioners. And those 2 commissioners then meet annually at a minimum annually with South San Francisco, their standing committee of 2 city council members.
Right.
And that's once a year. Beyond the requirements to have a committee, beyond, and just the simple definition out of the MOU that we have it, what do we want to achieve this year, or versus the mission statement? What is our mission with this committee?
Well, I think our number one mission is to preserve a good working relationship with the between the city of South San Francisco and the Harbor District, and make sure that each side knows what the other side's doing out there and how we're sharing responsibilities.
Yeah, and also knowing that we are managing the harbor oyster or the marina, that we kind of follow in the footsteps of not even kind of, like basically add on the harbor district's mission to this mission for Oyster Point, which is basically to, keep the marinas safe and secure, safe, clean, and environmentally and fiscally sustainable, something like that, right?
Yeah, I think that's more of a mission statement, I think, or Commissioner Zemke's, that's our goal under that
Right.
mission
Yeah,
statement.
right.
But really, we could just take our existing mission
Harbor
statement and
district
just,
statement.
the main job of this committee is to work on behalf of the board to ensure that we run a clean, safe, efficient, financially stable marina
At
for the
Oyster
boating,
Point.
Right.
at Oyster Point for the boating public.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't even say boating public. I would just say
Say
at
public.
Oyster Point, because it's the boating public for sure, but people who go there, right, and walk around there. It has to be clean, you know what I mean, just for the public in general. But it's really the marina in general, right?
Right.
mean, that's how I view a mission statement. That may not be the right way to view it, but I think the Harbor District's mission statement is pretty clear. And if we specify that for Oyster Point Marina, that could suffice. I don't know. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It could be fairly simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have goals too.
Right.
Right, which I agree with you on the goals that you've
Mhm.
outlined.
So kind of, I'll clean this up, but
Yeah,
clean, to ensure a clean, safe and financially stable marina at
and
Oyster Point.
environmentally.
I'll put the
sound.
environmentally in there.
Yeah,
At Oyster Point Marina for the public and users of that marina.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's
Okay.
good. What do you think?
And I'll clean it up a little bit and
Okay, thanks, Jim.
send it to you when you finalize it for the board.
Yeah.
And then under that is the objectives that we want to achieve this year. Maintain positive relationship.
Mhm. Also, we have that 2018 agreement that I think probably should be reviewed to see if it's still relevant in light of all of the construction going on at Oyster Point, right? Maybe it is, still relevant. Maybe there needs to be changes. But I don't know. I mean, we don't know.
There's two issues in there that need to be addressed, I believe,
Okay.
with an edit. One is the requirement that Harbor District build figures 12, 13, and 14 by the end of this year.
Okay,
The
we can't,
estimated
it's
cost
not.
is 18 million, so we can't.
well, not right now, for sure.
So-
Not in the time frame.
That needs to be addressed. The other thing in there is the 40,000 square foot
Yeah.
building.
So that'd be the lot,
The
right?
lot, actually 4,000, our opportunity to build the 40,000 square foot building on a lot
On
of
that,
OPM
yes.
is expiring.
When is that expiration date again?
It's fairly soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to review all of that, I think.
So those are two issues that need to be reviewed, but I agree that the committee it would be beneficial for the committee to review and
See what's relevant.
see what's relevant
Yeah.
and suggest any changes that may be necessary to the full standing committee.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then, obviously, we have to schedule the meeting with the joint
Okay.
committee, the joint committee meetings, the liaison meeting. So if we do that, then we can present what we're looking
Correct.
at. So we're supposed to have at least one meeting a year.
Correct, and we
But-
did not in 2024.
23, right.
23.
So we're due for a meeting.
Oh, yeah. And so the thing is, so I guess after we do this at maybe another committee meeting, when are we gonna schedule the meeting with South San Francisco?
That's up to the
It was
committee.
both of
on
that.
When
both
you're
sides.
available and they're available and when we're ready.
Right, and so I'm concerned about when we're gonna be ready. So, I mean, not concerned, but like once we outline today what we want to do
Mhm.
from a goals perspective, right? Then we have to come up with this and take it to the board, or do you want to do that today? Like, we know that we have to talk about the lot and we have to talk about the docks, right?
Those are two issues we need to further explore and discuss and.
Right, and what other ones do we have?
I cannot specifically recall any that are
Okay,
really
So
necessary.
those are like the
Those are
two
the big
main
ones.
ones. Okay, so then if we leave this meeting today with direction to you to provide information to, what the issues are, the facts, that things are coming to an end in terms of timing and the lack of financial resources right now for the docks,
12,
right?
13, and 14.
Yeah, three docks. I mean, that doesn't mean that, we wouldn't save up for it, like, but it takes time. I mean, the problem is we're up against time right now. So do we extend time or do we focus on what's really realistically feasible to do?
That's, again, that's after we review the MOU, that's a discussion you'll have
Right. And
on how to achieve those. The other thing that needs to be discussed this year is the safe entrances to docks 1 through 6.
okay,
And those right now are underwater at king tides.
okay,
So we need to raise those.
Yeah.
And so a goal for this year is to accomplish that.
okay. I mean, and then, like the fuel dock is no longer there. I mean, I would like to have a fuel dock back.
Okay,
Because I think if, we're really the main point for emergency responders to I think San Francisco International Airport, right?
if we have fuel, it will be sold.
Oh, there, I have no doubt. But I mean, right now, if you look at the supply of fuel, it's very limited, right? It's very limited. I mean,
Well, had Coyote Point.
yeah, but that's so far south, right?
Going north, Brisbane doesn't sell fuel, do they?
And the type of vessels that we have in Oyster Point are different too.
Are
They're
they? Okay.
Yeah.
going to Coyote Point is just way out of their way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at, okay, so I was thinking about the Asiana flight that got stuck, that landed weird
Oh,
from,
yeah.
okay, and so, didn't we have this discussion before, Jim, where the SF, no, the airport police and SFFD,
It would be a
Were
convenient
like-
location for fuel,
right, for emergency
it would.
responders at,
but also it's
Air-
for our tenants.
right, of
Mhm.
course. Well, I mean, to me, it's a given that it's for our tenants, right? But I mean, it's got, but I think we have to look beyond that because that's such a strategic location for major emergency
So a goal for us
response.
this year is to
How do we bring that back?
explore
Ways to bring back the fuel.
options to bring back fuel dock.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, I don't know, but that's just, it's one person's opinion, but I don't know, Bill, what do you think?
I like it.
I don't know. It just seems to me a financial hurdle may be pretty steep as far as making it financially feasible.
Yeah, but I see that as a revenue source too.
Right, but I have talked to people that have run the fuel dock in the past and said it didn't get a lot of business. Now, things may have totally changed. This has been
I think that's,
years and years ago.
do you
but-
know about that?
I think the fuel dock that was there before that has been removed, the location of the fueling was the best. The docks
Yeah.
that were in the best condition. So I think if we build a fuel dock with an above ground vault and have a safe place or a convenient location for people to pull in and fuel,
They
it'll
would
be much
use it.
different.
Yeah. I mean, that would require, looking at where the best place is
Correct.
and all
Yeah,
of that.
right, right.
So the concept of the fuel dock is different from the location of where it would be. Let's say that, I mean, the question is, do you want to look at the fuel dock option or not?
No, I think it's a good thing to look at, because obviously people, if you have a boat there, you say, where am I gonna put fuel in it? So.
Yeah, because they have to go to
Yeah.
Foster City.
Yeah.
No, I think we should have a fuel. That's been one of my goals since I've
Mhm.
been hired here, is to get a fuel dock back to Oyster Point. We can send a survey to the current tenants
Do
and
they
ask
want,
them if they want a fuel dock. But
have you
again,
heard any feedback?
that's all getting out into the weeds of how
Right.
to do that.
Yeah.
So today is more of
The goals. if we
Yeah.
wanna
what
do
are
it.
we interested, what are we going to accomplish this year? Again, the overarching, we always want to maintain a positive relationship.
Right.
We're going to review the 2018 agreement and make recommendations to the full committee if we believe changes are necessary.
I mean, they could be, it's 6 years out now from that agreement.
Correct.
Lots of things have changed.
Accomplish, schedule the liaison meeting with South San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Fuel dock.
Accomplish 1 through 6, the landings,
Yes,
and then the fuel dock.
that's a lot. How many is that? Like 6?
For maintaining the relationship is just what we do.
Right.
Review the agreement is,
Fine.
1. Liaison meeting's easy. That's not really just
A goal,
scheduling.
yeah.
Accomplish 1 through 6 is 2, and then fuel is 3. But
Okay.
that's pretty,
That's a lot because
That
you
is a
don't know
lot
what
right
you're
now.
gonna find in the 2018 agreement that is obsolete or that needs to be refined or needs to, move forward.
number 4, I think, should be identify funding for docs 12, 13,
Through
and
their,
14.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I agree. And that's now 4, and that's a lot, because I think we'll find more things when we look at the 2018 agreement
So
too.
I think
Those are good goals. I
this
think.
is all a great, as a support staff for this committee, I could put together a 1-page summary that my recommendation is that you as the chair present it to the board, our board, at the next board meeting of what the Oyster Point Liaison Standing Committee will be doing this year.
Question I had, are the respective responsibilities for the Harbor District staff and South City Park and Rec staff in line on who takes care of what as far as vegetation management or?
So, okay, so number 5 is,
Like, yeah, role delineation, I don't know.
define rules and responsibility.
Yeah, Kilroy put in lots of nice landscaping, but it does require maintenance, and I don't know who's really doing it right now,
And who should be doing
and who
it?
should be doing it.
We have a verbal agreement on the restrooms, how we deal with the
Oh, okay.
restrooms.
Yeah,
I'm sure they worked out a verbal agreement on maintenance and everything, but it'd be nice to
it'd
document.
be nice to kind of document it just to make sure that.
That we each understand the expectations of the other party.
Correct. And I know Oyster Point has, or South San Francisco has a spreadsheet of those roles and responsibilities.
Oh, okay.
So we'll coordinate with them and come up with a document this year that defines it clearly for our employees.
Yeah. We're gonna have that brand new revitalized a trail on
Yes.
the Kilroy side, and they're
Right.
working on the one on the other side now too.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I expect the
All will be left
Bay
to-
Trail traffic is to explode once that gets done.
Yeah, no, it gets a lot of use, actually.
Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful out there too. on
Well, the new
West.
restrooms help out and
Yeah.
the openness and inviting atmosphere out there now. It's not all dirty, it's not all construction.
Yeah.
It's nice to walk around there in the breeze,
Mhm.
not the wind, but the breeze.
Right.
It's nice to walk around where, when the sun's shining and the wind's not blowing too, so. But
Yeah.
that's not the predominant weather condition. out there, so.
Right.
Operational wise, I don't have any recommended goals because we already have a great boat washing station there. We already have a receiving station for used oil. And the Oyster Point team they already have a defined list of maintenance that they plan to do for this year. I think that's well handled by the harbor master, and we don't need to be worried about it.
Now, the yacht club pays rent to the district, is that?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're one of our tenants. So the spit, they've
right.
taken that back, right?
No, South City
The
did.
spit,
Yeah.
where the harbor master's old office was.
Yeah.
So where are they? Are they in the back right now? Is that correct? Behind,
The harbor master's office is remaining until something happens.
Yeah, but this,
Until the water gets too high.
so it's in the spit still, that building?
Yeah, still on the
Yeah.
spit.
Okay,
It's still
Underwater.
underwater at high tide,
okay.
Yeah.
but learning Harbor District would like to know what South San Francisco has planned for the spit. So work that into a goal this year is get a definition and timeline on
Right.
the spit.
And that could fit then too with kind of, if we do want to pursue the 40,000 square foot building, it would be good to know what their schedule is for updating the spit and which could potentially include, additional ferry landings, the hotel, so that we're not building a retail outlet there of some sort and then nothing else is happening. So they
Right.
need to be kind of going together.
Do you know if they've even started that planning? I mean, where
Yes.
are they in that planning, I guess?
I haven't heard anything recently, but then. Have you heard any
Not
recent
recently,
updates?
but or end of last year or beginning of last year,
Mhm.
there was a presentation and it looked fantastic, but
Yeah,
I don't think there's any funding at all.
yeah.
So it'd be nice to learn what's planned for the spit in the timetable.
Yeah,
Same thing for the hotel
yeah.
and other developments. in
Well,
that area.
their general plan there, right? What is the general plan there? I mean, that's the opportunity for us to really collaborate with them to bring revenue for their city and for the harbor.
So learn what the general plan is now for the Oyster Point Marina spit, including the spit.
Mhm.
Are they including us in any of those discussions?
Yes. And
Okay,
look for areas of coordination.
yeah. Or, I mean, areas of opportunity for mutual opportunities.
Yeah. Well, it's good to chat. I mean, it's good for us to discuss this.
Well, we haven't had a
Particularly
meeting.
with our council members, because they may not be as in tune with what's going on.
That's correct.
So. I mean, South City's got a lot of things going on. Oyster Point may not be on.
High on the
High on
priority
the
list.
priority list.
Yeah,
But again, this information could be put into the annual report.
Right.
And just and the key or the issue, the plan is to discuss it at the council
Mhm.
or at the liaison meeting.
Right.
And get feedback from both sides. So. Any other issues or concerns or objectives you see for this committee? You have a lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. The only other thing that kind of rolls around in my mind is, have we had any problems with, law enforcement or crime or anything else out?
Like the safety.
Yeah, are there any safety issues that have come up?
We work extremely close with the police department in South San Francisco, and they've been extremely responsive. So.
The people I've talked to, just in passing in the police department, seem to think it's working well.
Yes,
So
that's what I get to. I would love to have nighttime security and everything for the vessel, the people who live aboard and come up and use the restrooms and showers, but it's just not within the budget.
Yeah. What's our current hours out there as far as operation? Is it 10-hour days or
It's 12-hour days.
12-hour days? Okay.
So I think it's 7 to 7. Those might be adjusted during the summertime. Depending on the need.
Mhm.
Right now it's getting dark or was dark at 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
And there was really no need for full staffing at that point.
Yeah. Just come up about the ferry service or, I've not heard.
They're all working well together. And the lease with Weta is
Oh, yeah, what's going on
That's-
there?
set for another 50 years.
Okay.
So there's nothing in there. Can I help you?
Just looking for get a little information.
Tiffany.
Hmm?
For-
I'm maybe lost.
Jim, can you push unmute on the box? I muted it when you walked out of the room.
Yeah, the other question I had, as far as, and this may
Thank
be
you.
more just long-term planning, the boat ramp there, is that still functioning at high tides?
No.
I seem to recall when the tide is high, the ramp kind of.
It's underwater.
Yeah.
The entrance to the ramp is underwater.
Underwater, yeah,
Okay, so that's something else we should address this year.
Sure.
which, like, the ramps are in general,
We need I
like,
think they need an operational boat ramp regardless of the tide.
okay, yeah,
So
I
how do
agree.
we
How do you
accomplish
create
that?
that? Yeah.
okay,
Because right now the boat ramp is well underwater at high tide
mhm,
and our floating docks get submerged,
yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
look like an island out there.
Yeah. That section of the Bay Trail that goes like from the restroom, the old restroom down past the boat ramp down to the new Bay Trail.
I'm trying to imagine that.
It's well, Kilroy did, raised it up quite a bit, and then it slopes back to after the spit.
The spit,
Oh.
It goes down lower, so.
So
from
that
the spit
hasn't
south,
changed.
then to where it connects again to the new trail.
Yeah.
The only portion of the trail that's at risk right now is Dock 11's entrance area.
Oh, okay.
So that gets flooded. And the drainage is bad. And that was part of the project with docks 12, 13, and 14. But possibility of breaking that out could be looked at.
Yeah.
That's. So now we're at what, 6 or 7?
You level.
I guess maybe the list
6
is
or
longer.
7, yeah. Goals.
Well, yeah, these may just end up with different priorities too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that the things that we've listed are all important. I mean, and so realistically, how much do you think we can achieve of that list?
I think the whole list can be addressed.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, in terms of actually getting
Getting
something
things
done,
This year.
besides reviewing the 2018 agreement, which,
Well, hopefully the ramps for 1 through 6.
I
can
think
get
we can
started.
do.
That's what yeah.
I think we can do the agreement, accomplish docks 1 through 6 and possibly 11. Research the possibility of fuel dock.
Yeah, I think that's, I
Um,
mean, that we can do those,
The spit is just
Three.
the informational and then work with South San Francisco on opportunities. boat ramp underwater and the possibility of, well, that's dock 11, so.
Yeah, so that's like
So 7
four,
different things, I think. The way we defined it of either look at or complete.
Make it
Makes
different.
it a difference and
Yeah.
makes everything achievable
Yeah.
on that list.
yeah.
Right.
And I think you've hit all the highlights. I forgot the fuel dock, so.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I think that's important, but that's just me. Could be a revenue source for us too, if it's done right,
Correct.
Mhm.
right?
Definitely above ground vault.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
for
I-
sure.
A lot easier to
No one's
maintain and
gonna,
comply
no
with the
one's gonna
regulations.
want something in the wa, like the old one, no one's gonna want that.
I don't think you can do it anymore.
I don't think you can either.
Probably
So,
so.
okay.
The placement on that dock might be a question.
Well, it doesn't have to be there. I don't know, that's the thing, but maybe staff should give us recommendations.
Again, that's all part of the exploring the fuel. dock.
Yeah, yeah, if it even happens, right? I mean, the point is that we should look at it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's good.
anything else?
No, I think we've covered it.
I think you have your staff are fairly busy.
Well, I mean, I think those are good things, right? Those are good
So the next thing
things.
on the agenda is kind of twofold. One is, when do we want to meet again for this
Yeah.
committee? And per our policies, we need to meet 4 times a year. And we've already met once. You get credit for the joint meeting, so that's 2. So that we're required to meet at least 2 more times. I think we're gonna need more meetings than
Yes.
that. But my recommendation right now is at a minimum is schedule at least a meeting once a quarter from now on.
Yeah.
So the next one would start.
And I think
sometime.
it's kind of going with the theme of the other subcommittees we have, doing it on again on Friday, the 3rd Friday of the month, with our first meeting being either April or May.
Yeah, okay.
And to keep it at the same time, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
3rd Friday, 1 PM. And the question for you is, do you want to start it in April or May?
See, when am I gonna be back? Oh, and is your expectation to have this presented at the next board meeting?
I would think we'd want to discuss it at the next board.
Okay, I will
What
not,
we're doing.
yeah, unfortunately, I will not be at the next board meeting, so
I can give the.
Virginia's.
You're not going to be there on the 20th?
No, I will.
Okay.
Trying to think, when do I come back from?
So you can send the 1 pager to me too. We
Yep.
can Tag team that report.
I'll send the minutes of this meeting to you and Bill.
Yeah. So the 3rd Friday in May would be May 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that, yeah.
Okay. And. what-
So the next meeting's May 17th,
Yeah, what
Mhm.
time?
1 PM
1
Friday.
o'clock.
And with that, May 17th, I will work with South San Francisco to have try to schedule the joint meeting
Joint
sometime
meeting.
after that.
Sometime after that, okay.
We've accomplished everything on the agenda.
Yep.
17th, 1 PM. Okay.
So-
Anything else, Mr. Chair?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, then we can.
And we can adjourn the subcommittee at any time you like. So adjourned?
Yep.
All right.
At 1:42.
Go ahead and stop the recording now.